I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks comedy podcast for a Monday edition of the web series The Two Dicks. I'm Al Romas, Tampa, Florida. That is Al Ducharme, Studio City, California. How are you, Alfred? What's happening? What's going on?
Well, I'd like to do a little news recap before I come on air so we can talk about current events. But I got the old text from my partner there in Tampa saying, can we go early? So I scrambled to do the technical stuff to set up here because I was set up for a Zoom that I did last night. And so I have to wing it.
It was 15 minutes. Let's not get crazy. I asked for 15 minutes earlier.
But I was just in the middle of taking in some current events.
Oh, what is currently happening? I'm out of the loop right now. Purposely out of the loop.
There's riots and protests going on all over the world in India and
that doesn't concern me.
Jakarta and all kinds of places.
I don't know where that is.
There's some military has taken over a couple of countries, and people are protesting and whatnot. So they started firing into the crowds of the protesters.
Whoa. With bullets or rubber bullets? Or
the real McCoy.
Real McCoy?
Now it's recorded both peaceful protesters and children have been shot. But I say leave the kids at home.
This is no way to open a Talking Dicks comedy podcast. How dare you, sir? How dare you bring
I can cut this all out.
Real life. You never do, though. You say that, and then I listen, and all our garbage is aired. I'm like, he didn't edit anything, son of a bitch. He didn't do it or any of it. Well, that's too bad. I hate hearing that, and my vacation plans to India will. I think I'll call my travel agent and say, let's put those on hold. How about just taking me to Key West?
I find it interesting that travel agents actually still exist.
Yeah.
There's a niche.
Well, people are dumb. And people are dumb.
And they just don't know what to do. They're not savvy with the Expedia.coms and TripAdvisor and all that other stuff. And some people, it's worth them paying that extra percentage.
Yeah, I think if you do a cruise, sometimes they know of good deals and types of ships. And if you don't know, like we know how to book a flight, we know how to do all these things. But maybe Joe Blow goes out once every other year or something. He doesn't know what he's doing. So he gets a travel agent. They go, here, you're on this ship or this cruise or this flight or you're going to India. Watch out for the protests.
And also, I did this excursion with my sister and my brother and my family, and we loved it. So I would recommend that one. It's actually it's a little cheaper than this other one, and I think it's better.
Mm-hmm. So I don't care for the hat. What kind of hat is that, by the way? What is going on there?
It was supposed to be Indiana Jones kind of thing going on here.
No.
Throw me the whip. Give me the item. Throw me the whip.
It looks more older man on the beach kind of guy,
boop, boop,
you know?
Boop, boop,
yeah.
Boop, boop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember Nixon, Steve Martin said he always pictured Nixon on the beach with a metal detector and those black socks and black shoes.
I can't find my tapes.
Boop, boop. Is that Steve Martin?
Boop, boop.
No, that was no.
I don't know.
Nixon. That was Nixon. The tapes gave it away. 1976 joke. I love it. Coming back. Hey, you did a Zoom show last night. I heard. How did that go? What was that response, and what was that like?
The Zoom shows are not a replacement for live performances, but
no, they're not.
I feel like I'm getting more comfortable doing them, whereas in the beginning of the pandemic, I refused to do them. And then I did a few, and I hated them. But now I'm like, I got a few under my belt. I think it's important for me as an artist, for my head to perform, because I'm only doing a few of these live parking lot shows, and you've done all kinds of stuff. So you're way ahead of me in that regard. That's why I'm doing more of the Zooms. The feedback that I'm getting has been good and better, but you still don't really know. You kind of. Did
you have people unmuted? Are they laughing? Are we getting? Because I know some of these do, some don't.
Yeah, and it's weird because they're run differently. Like last night, they emphasized in the instructions, we're going to have the people. You're not going to be looking at yourself the whole time. You're going to have audience members laughing. So then it's just a matter of who's closer to their sound source, microphones. People always drop shit we had like 68 people on at once. All of a sudden, someone drops something, clunk, 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 and it goes to them, and they're looking around trying to pick up whatever they dropped. A dog barking, someone coming in the room, Ma, can I get some ice cream? So
yeah.
And then other people will have it muted, and then you just see their faces moving, laughing, and it's like, I want to hear them.
Who are these people though? I don't know. Like, who's home laughing?
There's over 7 billion people on the planet, and
it
68
seems odd.
of them wanted to see a Zoom comedy show last night. Why is that
seems
so
odd
hard
to me.
Why is that so hard for you to get to? Why is that so hard?
Not hard. Odd.
You're not hard. You're not hard.
I'm a little hard right now, but I said odd. I said I think it's odd. Somebody goes, "Hey, it's Friday night. Let me get on a Zoom and watch comedians do comedy from a Zoom show." I don't know.
Let's go back to the news recap. You get to watch that news on a loop.
I don't watch that.
You get to watch Biden fall up and down the stairs. You get being unraveled.
Yeah, I'm out of the loop. I went to a beach bar yesterday.
I know. I got drunk text from you.
I wasn't drunk, but I went to a beach bar. It was nice down. I forget because I'm in Tampa.
I'm not going to let you start your story until I get clarified this, because you lost 20 pounds because you haven't been drinking, and now you have a half a glass of rosé wine and you get all loopy.
Rosé wine.
That's
yes,
what you accused me of, you bastard.
I accuse you of drinking the rosé. I think you enjoy the rosé with the missus, and she drinks you under the table.
She does, and if it leads to some action, I'll do the little rosé.
You got to do what you got to do. But I live in Tampa, and you forget that a half hour away is the real Florida. Like I was down in Treasure Island, and it's it's beachy, real. It's like going on a vacation. Mm-hmm. Whereas where I'm in like the suburbs. I might as well be in fucking Cleveland. You know what I mean? There's nothing that tells you other than the heat outside that it's Florida. So I was down in this Treasure Island, and it was great, little beach bar. But here's the rub. Always a rub.
It's spring break, dude.
No, but this is an older Treasure Island people. There was nobody. There was nobody young there.
I don't know the situation.
Nobody young, but it was a online date, an online meet and greet thing. 1 p.m. meet at a beach bar. So I'm like, yeah, all right. I get a beer. I'm waiting. This woman walks in, who I didn't really want to meet anyway. That's the sound, of her flip-flops dragging from her, 30 extra pounds. And she comes, and I'm sitting there, the sun beaming in my eyes. So this woman, now what would you do? Here's a question for you. You're wearing sunglasses because it's beaming in. Mm-hmm. Woman I've never met, spoken to on the phone once, 20 minutes. She comes in. She immediately goes, "Oh, hi, Al." She takes my glasses off my head.
She touched you?
Off. Touched me and my glasses.
See, face, total stranger touching your face. Right. Now, belt buckle, that's a different story for a different episode. Mm-hmm. No face. Don't touch. Mm-hmm. Don't you fucking, don't you. You could be a dude. There's a lot of things. We're homophobic. We are from the homophobic era.
Well, no, she's not a dude. She's a woman. But the idea of touching my glasses and my face, what are you? Are you out of your mind? I don't know you. She's like, I like to see eyes.
Yeah? Well, I like to see tits, and yours are by your knees. Adios. We're going to get some hate mail.
That would have been a much better plan, a much better strategy.
I'm trying to defend the middle-aged white guy because we are getting blamed for everything. So here's the meet. We're in 3 minutes of meeting, 2 minutes, whatever it is. I want out of there. Yeah. I'm already like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. She doesn't look like the picture. She just touched took my glasses off. I go, what are you doing? She goes, I like to see eyes. I go, yeah, I like to wear sunglasses. So I put them back on. Then the person next to her has some kind of appetizer. It's like shrimp. I mean, so the woman acts like she's never seen shrimp before and goes, what is that? That looks delicious. Oh, and I'm like, yeah. So then she turns and sees my face, like I'm disgusted. Mm-hmm. And she goes, oh, what's the matter? Did I embarrass you? I go, yep. She goes, oh, I thought you were a comedian. Oh, see.
What the fuck? You ever get that? What does that even mean?
See, I thought you were a comedian. She's overcompensating, but her personality is probably like this anyways. And I hate
Yes,
that
on.
loud, boisterous person.
She's crazy
man or
on,
woman,
lady.
Man or woman needs to
Yep.
have all the attention. And as
Yes.
performers, we get our fix. These are people that have some sort of like mental issue, and they just have to be the center of attention, and they make a scene wherever they go. And you don't want to do that on a first date, first impression. And unfortunately, a lot of times when people find out that you're a comedian, it happens. And it may not even be their personality, but usually it is. And,
well,
and
this one was, and she goes, I like to talk to people. She goes, I thought you were going to be funny. You're a comedian. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm a comedian last night at Visani's at 7:30. And that's about it.
I'm off
right
work.
Now, I'm not a comedian. And you touched my glasses and you acted like shrimp. You've never seen it before. And I want to get the fuck out of here right now. And I want you to die. And that was all inside in my head.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
Because I was with you into the last part.
Outside, I was just like, yeah. And then we just kind of nodded our head. And then about 20 minutes into it, I said, I don't know what's wrong with this beer. I think something's wrong with this beer. I don't feel good. And I did that, and she saw it. I think she bought it, but while I was doing it, she also knew, like, this guy's full of shit.
You
know what I mean?
You reached back 28 years ago to that acting class that you took for one day.
I nailed it. I nailed it.
That scene.
There's something. This beer.
So why did you do that as a smokescreen lie, but obvious, rather than saying, "Hey, you know what? I don't think this is going to work."
Because she seemed. I mean, with all the nonsense, she seemed, very nice, and I'm a nice guy. I'm like, it's hard to do that.
Whoa,
person. Yes.
Did you just say I'm a nice guy?
I'm a nice guy. I'm like Don Rickles at the end when he sings, "I'm a nice guy." Yeah, no.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you heard it from
How dare you?
Witness himself.
How dare you? I have 102 volumes to prove I'm a nice guy. But you can't do that in some lonely spinster. I can't tell her, this isn't going to work out or whatever. I want to leave. You know what I mean? She put a little effort into it. She was telling me she got a manicure and a pedicure. And I'm like, who gives a fuck?
You want to hear Brazilian wax. That's what you want to hear.
No, you don't want to hear that.
I got to let these puppies breathe.
Not with Tubby. You didn't want that.
So she lied
again.
She lied about her weight?
Well, again, the old do it. It was the COVID. I put on a little weight during COVID. My pictures are only within a year, but COVID. Everyone put on fucking. It's like it's just the easiest go-to. It's bullshit.
Al
That's
Romas
right.
Lost 20 pounds
during COVID.
Now he put on 50, so you got to factor that in. But
but there's still 20 lost, so that's 70 pounds.
You look like you've been working out and shit.
I'm healthy, man. I'm a healthy man right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you can't use COVID. No one, you know what I mean? What is that? 20 years ago, you didn't say, I put on weight. Oh, what happened? Herpes. You know what I mean? You fucking own it. You got fat. It's not COVID. It's you. So anyway, I said, I don't feel well. And then she was like, oh, that's too bad. And then she sent me a text the next day and said,
I hope you're feeling better.
She did. She goes, I hope you're feeling better. But due to some of our interactions, I think I'm going to continue to keep looking.
So you gave her the heave-ho, and she's pretending like she was giving you the heave-ho because she didn't want to deal with the rejection. Okay, that's cool.
And I'm going to continue to keep looking. Well, yeah, this was one fucking meet and greet. What'd you think? You were not going to keep – what do you mean you're going to keep looking? Yes, you should.
She was covering her ego.
Her ego should be covered with the rest of that garb she was wearing.
Yes, men have bigger egos most of the time, but you girls, come on.
Awful. I'm sick of it. What are you drinking? Some kind of a tea?
I had the green tea. I already had my 1.5 cups of coffee, and
that's not enough.
I drink the green tea for the antioxidant effect.
I had 2 cups and a bowl of Raisin Bran.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Right. To the moon and back. Holy shit! You just landed.
Woo! Woke up, 2 cups of coffee and a bowl of Raisin Bran.
We have a situation.
Yeah, man.
Problem.
It was, cleaned it out. Cleaned out the old colon and
so
got
now you
my
lost
day
another
started.
2 pounds. Holy shit!
Boom!
You're withering
Gone.
away. You're just like Karen Carpenter right before my very eyes.
Karen who? Oh, Carl. That's right. Remember her?
What is wrong with these references when I was 8 years old?
Younger listeners may not remember. Karen, she was a singer with her brother. They had a bunch of hits. And then she had, I guess, anorexia. She was like, and she was whittled away before our eyes. We watched her on, the TV, and she was like 60 pounds.
Super talent.
They had a million hits. Carpenters.
Her voice was unbelievable, one of a kind.
And he was a piano player,
and
I believe.
They wrote the lyrics together, and
huge. They were
left us.
Those were the days too. Every song, if you had a hit song in the 70s, the networks gave you a show. Yep. You had your own variety show. Everyone, if you had one hit, you had a variety show. And I remember watching her, and each week she was a little thinner, and then she was dead. I think she was in her 30s, or maybe, I don't know,
it was
whatever.
But I think, close.
Tragic.
Close, tragic.
I guess
I was trying to use some humor there, but that's why we talked about it. It's a problem.
Grandpa with your references, Jesus. I mean, Karen Carpenter.
You know what it is?
You know what I'm saying?
It's you. You're making me feel older because you lost all this weight, and
that must be it.
You look youthful, so I feel like
I feel
like an elder. You know what I feel like? I feel. What's the movie?
Like?
What's the old movie with the old people that went in the pool and became younger? The Ron Howard film.
Cocoon.
Yeah, Cocoon.
And that guy,
you can't even say Cocoon anymore because it's politically incorrect. You got to say
Wilford. Yeah,
you can't say the second part.
No, Wilford Brimley that guy was in his 40s.
Wilford Brimley is like my friend Dan Gerstenlauer. Dan occasionally
listens. That's not a compliment, Dan.
No, well, Dan, when we used to do theater together, and in plays, he'd always play like the father or somebody, because when Dan was 20,
he was 12.
When he was 22, he looked 40, and when he was 40, he looked the same. And it's like Walter Matthau. Walter Matthau,
right,
just looked the same until almost the end there, and then he pulled.
Brimley. He's playing a guy in an assisted living, and the guy's in his like 47 at the time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What was I going to say?
Cocoon. My father was like that. My father looked, all the pictures, he looked kind of the same age for about 40 years. And then he started to look old. Like Dick Clark. Dick Clark, another old reference. Today is
Dick
old
Clark.
Reference Day. Yeah. What I'm saying is Dick Clark looked the same age for 50 years.
He was known as America's teenager, even when he was 75. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then he had a stroke, and then he became 90. Like he was one of those
overnight.
He
looked like Karen Carpenter.
Dick is not looking good. You know what I'm saying?
But the two Dicks are.
We're hanging in there, buddy.
Dick's Comedy Podcast.
We're hanging in there. See us on patreon.com/the2dicks. That's where the video is. And speaking of video, we have some big guests coming up. You're going to want to see vid of our guests.
We have scheduled guests, some big guests coming on.
They're coming. They're not canceling.
We already had Bill Burr, and because
of
that,
I booked these mothers.
And because
I
of
booked
Bill,
them.
Did you book Bill Burr? Oh, that's great. Thanks for doing that.
I booked the next 3, and they're not canceling. I'll tell you.
What about the one I booked? What about the one I booked?
We gave you credit, man. Bill Burr. That was
no. There's one other one after that, who has more followers than all your people that you're talking about.
No, he does. Not the new one.
Not the new one. Not the new one. That's true. But the other two, and I don't care. I think all of them are great, and I'm looking forward to having them on. But I don't want to mention their names because some of them are flakes, and they might not show up.
Well, this is the Monday pod. Friday's pod, we got Jimmy Schubert. He'll be here. Jimmy Schubert,
very funny comedian.
Zero intolerance.
They call him Shuby. Now I've met Shuby a few times. I worked like on a showcase situation with him. Very funny. A couple of
he doesn't know. He said he didn't know you. But
he doesn't. He doesn't know me. No, because I know his personality.
I'm kidding.
No. I know his personality. He wouldn't remember me.
Yeah. He's great. He's great. And that's Friday. Then the following Monday, Jimmy Pardo from Never Not Funny.
I've met Jimmy Pardo a few times as well. And
I think
he would
for
not
my money,
remember me. He would not remember.
For my money, top 5 working comedians today. Jimmy Pardo. I put him right in the top 5. Mm-hmm. And then we got a guy the following Friday who I put in the top 5, and he's a younger guy. But this guy kills me. I watched his YouTube stuff. I sent him a message or two and said, "Would you do the pod?" He said, "Yeah, of course." And Mark Norman. If you
did you tell Mark that Billy did it?
I did. I said we had
That's our
Bill
calling
Burr
card.
on.
We're using Bill Burr.
Sure. And he wrote right
Bill
back.
hasn't
Said,
even
I'm
been on.
down.
We just had like some actor that does an impression of Bill.
Doesn't matter. Just say he was on. And he wrote, I'm down. I said, okay, thanks, man. And Mark's got a YouTube. Mark shot a special, put it on YouTube. 6 million plus views.
Here's the deal. He couldn't sell
6
it.
mil.
No one would buy it.
Nobody wanted. Nobody.
And he was already, but he had a huge following. I don't get it. So anyways,
Yeah.
I want to hear that story.
He's a white guy. He's a 38-year-old white guy. He said nobody was interested. No interest.
Hey, by the way, we got to get some more women on the program. We've only had 2 so far, and I'm already getting flack.
Flack?
So, yeah, I'm getting flack.
Flack. Yeah. Who's giving you flack?
All these women are writing in. All these women of color are writing in saying, how come you don't have some more sisters on?
Because they're not funny. I'm kidding. They're
wow. Wow.
We need... Hey, show up, give it up, sister. Let's see the funny, and then we'll put you on here.
We have a couple locked and loaded because we're working with a producer now.
Yeah, good, because I'm tired of doing the bookings. Hey, one more thing before we wrap it, buddy. I gotta look at time it is. Look what time it is.
Bill Burr.
Look what time it is.
You better book 10 to my 1.
Look what time it is.
It's time for
questions. Yeah, man. Here we go. We got a question. This is here we go. It's okay. It's a question. What the hell? You can ask us our questions on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or Patreon, wherever you like, whatever you want to do. And this question basically says, I shortened it quite a bit. What is your favorite sport and why? Favorite sport. And why?
Now, once again, Al Romas had this question in advance, and he has his answer all formulated. I'm getting it on the fly, and I'm talking right now.
You said you like it on the fly. That's what you. That's a euphemism for gay sex, by the way. On the fly.
That's a dragonfly. Why do my teeth look? What's going on with my teeth? Oh, I got the blue. I got the focus thing. It doesn't matter. People that are listening to it can't see it.
Question.
I would have to say, it's got to be the NFL. September through the Super Bowl in February. I get into the football, American football. I get into it so much, and soccer,
Soccer sucks.
We call it soccer here, but it's called football in the rest of the world.
Right.
If I'm at a live soccer game, if I know somebody who's playing, I get into it. But when I see it on fucking television, I'm like, I know nothing about it, so I just like click.
There's nothing to know. It sucks.
It's one of the biggest sports still in the world.
0-0, 1-0. And they throw a card in the air, some kind of a card and penalty. It sucks.
A yellow card or red card. Some guy from Yugoslavia is getting $68 million a year.
Terrible.
Fans kill you if you're a goalie and they lose the championship game. They kill you in front of your house.
That's fun. Fun.
They wait in front of your home until you come
home. Yeah, that's fun.
And then they hit you in the head with a pipe and they kick you to death.
But doesn't count. Like our football, I like baseball and football. Baseball is great because there's a game every night, which is great. Yes. So cool. You just got a game.
I like attending a baseball game, especially, going to those famous stadiums, whether it be Fenway or Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium, the old Shea Stadium. I love that whole
the Ruddles played Shea Stadium. CHE, though. That was they played CHE Stadium.
You did that joke in episode 4. And it laid an egg then, and it laid a hard-boiled egg now. Okay?
Well, any hardcore Ruddle fan laughed. I'll guarantee you that, and said, "Yeah, fucking Ruddles." But
guess who just sent me a message? Guess who just sent me a message?
I'm trying to answer a question, but go ahead. Who?
We're going to get back to the Ruddles.
Okay. No, baseball, football. But my point is, football on Sunday. There's nothing better than the NFL. Sunday, 1:00, 4:00, Sunday night football, Monday night football. It's the greatest time. It's the greatest time.
I can top it.
I don't want to.
West Coast, 10 a.m.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I will give you that.
When you worked Vegas, didn't you love that about working Vegas?
It's very good. Yes, I agree. I agree. The 1 o'clock game at 10 o'clock with a Bloody Mary and a little breakfast.
Yeah.
A football game.
Yeah.
Hard to beat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Even
I agree.
coffee at 9:30, seeing the pregame stuff coverage.
Listen, Gertrude, I go with a Bloody Mary at 10 a.m. and
Gertrude, you
a
accuse
bagel.
me of old references. That's the oldest name in the book, right there.
A bagel
Gertrude.
with maybe a schmear. Maybe I do a schmear on a bagel.
I lived 1 block over from Ernestine.
Okay. What was you were going to say something about a message? You just got a message from someone.
I did. I
got to keep you focused.
I want you do. You got to guess who just messaged me. Who just messaged me?
With this is this an entertainer?
PFR.
An entertainer?
PFR.
Paul Francis Riley. Now, people at home are going, who the fuck is Paul Francis Riley?
Paul Francis Riley is my college roommate. We mention him often, and when we
covered this on episode 4.
Yeah, along with you laying that egg. And he's one of our biggest supporters on our Patreon page, patreon.com/The Two Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker. Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Patreon.com/forward-the-two-dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.